After 75 years, a family finally has closure and a Korean War soldier is coming home. It's a return after decades of searching and hoping. Local 12's Christian Hauser is here with how the soldier's remains were finally identified.
Earl Kibbe of Blanchester enlisted in the Army at the age of 17 with his father's permission, but he died just a few months later in December of 1950. For 75 years, his family never knew if his remains would make it back to the States for a proper burial. Some of Earl Kibbe's siblings sent in DNA samples to the Army in the hopes that they might one day identify Earl. For more than a decade, there was nothing. But then Kibbe's niece, Bonnie Stenell, found out the Army identified Kibbe and his remains would be returned. Earl's younger sister is the only sibling still alive.
She's 91 years old, and it's always been our prayer that before she goes to her final rest, that her baby brother be found.
That prayer was answered when a match was discovered on August 4th. Now Kibbe's remains are on their way to the tri-state after being temporarily interred at the National Cemetery in Hawaii, along with hundreds of other unidentified Korean War soldiers. What was it like for the family over those decades to never know?
So it was always talked of. Wonderful ever finding. Do you think there's any way on earth they'll ever find him? You know, we dreamt that maybe he was a prisoner of war, or maybe he somehow had escaped and had memory loss and was living a life unbeknownst to us. But never, 75 years later, did we think that we would be bringing him home, finally.
Earl Kibbe's remains are scheduled to arrive at CVG Tuesday morning. From there, they'll be escorted by law enforcement through Blanchester and then on to his final resting place in Wilmington. Blanchester Mayor John Carmen knew the town needed to do something to honor Kibbe and his sacrifice, so he started making some phone calls.
Get some community support, the American Legion, the auxiliary, the high school, through the superintendent and the principals, trying to get people to come together and show our support.
The hope is to have as many people line the street through the town to support Earl Kibbe and his family. Now that support means the world to a family that's waited more than 70 years for their baby boy to come home. I'm Christian Hauser, back to you.